and we officially placed Onana on fraud watch earlier this season.
Yes.
What we saying, Craig? Is it fraud confirmed yet?
I think it's too early to say confirmed, but he's edging towards it.
Oh, yeah.
He's edging towards it. Some of the mistakes he's making are horrendous. Like at this level, for this caliber of club, you know why you was brought in. You know what the howlers David De Gea was having towards the end of his career at Manchester United. This was the opportunity for him to step up and kind of solidify that backline, which even now with all the injuries, Martinez out, all of these players there, like we're looking at a team with like Johnny Evans in there, Harry Maguire, Lindelof, like it's insane. And then you're supposed to be that calm person in between the sticks that kind of brings it all together. And the howlers he's making are just...
Do you know what it reminds me of? Remember Fabian Barthez? Where immediately we're like, what the fuck are we in for here? Because the poor guy, like he seems like a really nice guy. Like
lovely.
I'm not actually like reveling in. Like there was a moment where, and this is a lot for me as a Man United hater, right? Yeah. I'm like, I feel sorry for this geezer because he's got cheese strings for fingers. He's rubbing Lurpak on his finger, like his feet. Like what's going on here? It's not good.
It's expensive as well.
Poor guy, Lurpak on his gloves. So
that was good.
He was brought in to kick the ball out and actually and play out
distribution.
And even the distribution's not being good. If anything, he's route wanting it, and it's often just he's handing it back to them. So, what's the feelings like about Onana in the fan base?
We're terrified. We feel like we made a mistake. We're now it's get to the point where we're like, De Gea, she just texts him. Yeah, like the late night. You know that late night text to the missus. You up? Yeah. Things were that bad.
The memories get a bit hazier the longer you're away from her.
We gotta go back.
Yeah.
Honestly, because looking at this guy, is the Galatasaray one hurt as well. And remember, after that, you lot went and did a madness in the Champions League. We're supposed to get through this group. We're not supposed to be in the situation we're in. But then you can point to him. Bayern Munich, it was his fault. He came out. All the Man United fans said, great character. We love that. That's brilliant. To make a mistake the next game, you can't do that.
We
now
can't have another apology video.
You can't apologize. Like more apologies than saves. That's what we're saying with this guy. Like it's getting to the point where we're trying to. And I was excited as an African. This is the first African goalkeeper ever played for Man United. Like incredible. But then. You can't take the liberties. Now we got to say, listen, nationality aside,
it's irrelevant.
Big man, what the hell's going on? Like even Africans are like, what's going on? We're concerned. We're concerned I think this guy just needs to. And I heard Peter Schmeichels, and this is when great players talk about like other players that play their position, you should really like hearken and hear what they're saying. But he's saying he's doing things that he doesn't understand. The ball comes to him instead of just diving. He can't get down low. He jumps before he goes down low, which makes no sense. And I don't know if now, because he seems very confident in the way he speaks and stuff, but you can tell that something's wrong because the kick-in is gone. And this guy's in the Champions League final.
That's what he was brought in for.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's hard. Like, for me, I'd pull him out of the team. And I know everyone's like, I would do it now and say, yeah.
I put who in?
Listen, I'd even put in Heaton. I'll put in Bayern there, never seen that guy play. But right now, it's like, I can't take a shot on goal and it's going in. We're playing Man City soon. Them lot, everyone will just shoot him from far.
You made a really good point there in terms of shots on target.
It's going in.
If you're playing Manchester United right now, you should be shooting from anywhere and everywhere.
Yep. And that's what it did yesterday.
Well, that's the mistake I think Brentford made in not capitalising on it enough, because although the shot that went in was piss poor and an easy save for any Premier League goalkeeper, it wasn't. It was an absolute howler. They didn't attack you enough, and I think that they let you off big time in that game.
No, I think they should. I think they were shooting from far because surprisingly, Evans and Maguire weren't really tested. We dealt with them from defensively. We were quite solid, but it's just if you're organised, the only way to beat Man United, be organised and shoot, be on target. You could score. Just organisation and shoot.
And not even like necessarily where it's been his mistake, but I would say 90% of the goals you've conceded this season, you could look at and go, you could have done better there. You could have done better there. Not every one is a mistake, but like, say, for example, the Crystal Palace one, I was looking at that and thinking, you should do better there. There's a lot of them where I'm thinking, you should, even Declan Rice's goal, I was thinking, you should probably do a little bit better there. Do you know? it's a deflection, but
the
it
point
wasn't a
is
shot with
David
loads of
was
pace
saying
on it.
that,
yeah,
And
you're so
right.
Olivier Giroud looked better in goal last night.
Yeah, I thought that was
God.
mad. That
He
was
did.
actually mad.
Giroud looked better in goal.
What do you guys think of Ten Hag coming out? And obviously he's going to back his keeper. It's his signing. We know that. But he came out and said he could be the best keeper in the world.
He has to say that.
He doesn't have to say that.
He must have believed
Yes,
that.
no,
was
no, 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 no,
He
no.
must have.
He doesn't
when
have
he
to
first
say that.
paid that level of money, he must have thought, "This is my guy."
He has to say that.
And if we are going to look at Ten Hag signings just generally as well in with that,
Yeah.
the more players he signs, the more I question his talent ID, and the more I look at him and go, not necessarily his
hate
talent
this
ID
phrase.
as well as just confused by a lot of his signings, aside from Højlund, who looks absolutely class.
This is it.
But
Martinez was class. I think now it's just in a manager, you're gonna have the mistake signings, if that makes sense. Like I still feel like Anthony. We'll see what happens with him, but Man United fans were calling for him to get back into the side. We were calling for him to get back inside. We could see with the right hand side still not solved. So we like right now in terms of where we had when we bought on players like when we bought on this player, it showed. But the key thing with Ten Hag's football, the system has to work and everyone has to join. Everyone has to play for it. And right now you got. Bruno's off form, Rashford's off form, Casemiro's off form, and so's Onana. Yeah. You can't
Mm.
these are supposed to be senior pro.
Okay, so let's slow it down a little bit, just because the signings.
Yeah.
Mason Mount, you bought him. You're now
looks
playing
all right
him
now.
in Bruno Fernandez's position and forcing Bruno to play out wide,
Which is a mistake.
So Ten Hag's got responsibility for that.
Yep.
Casemiro, we're seeing a decline in him.
Wrong with him.
He's a Ten Hag signing as well.
Yeah.
That Amrabat hasn't hit the ground running.
He'll be good.
He's not that quick.
He'll be good.
So I'm a bit worried. We're also playing him at fullback for some reason.
Left back,
Crack.
that's mental.
We ain't got no players.
He's got no legs though.
No, but we ain't got nobody.
It showed that when you stop playing him at fullback and put actual centre backs even there, they have a better understanding of defending. That was basic, right?
He's not absolved in any of these things.
Yeah, and I
I
think Man United fans are coming around to it where, look, maybe this is me being biased, but I'm genuinely looking at that Brentford game thinking, Brentford are shit this season.
So happy.
And they were so there for the taking, and yet you got them to within an inch of their life of getting out of there with 3 points by being so hopeless going forward. Yeah. And that was the confusing thing for me, is like, Brentford are shit. Like, why are you not attacking them?
We're shit.
Yeah.
No, we're rubbish.
And if you look at the wins this season, Wolves, Forest, Burnley, Brentford, none of them were good performances. Nottingham Forest, sorry.
We came back in that. Nottingham Forest one, we came
back. The Forest one, you played well in the second half, but to concede the way you did. But generally, you're looking at Man United thinking, you aren't performing well. And the thing is, with fans, I feel like we can support the manager, which Man United fans, actually give them credit, have done that. But you have to be seeing evidence, like you've said about Pochettino, of where is this going long term. Like nicking a win with McTominay, we'll all celebrate that. Every fan would celebrate a last minute winner. Yeah. But you can't ignore what you're saying.
No. The Man United fans, and I'm talking to a few of them, and some of them are now transferring into like the manager out thing. But then they at the same time, Man United fans are finally waking up to the cycle that we've been on for years of get a manager, he plays well, we start making up lovely little songs for the manager, and then we lose him, and then after we have to rebuild again. And I think they're just now finally saying we're not willing to do what we usually do. We have to stay the course. We made our bed. We're going to lie in this one.
I respect that, right? And backing your manager when they're not doing well is harder than than wanting them out, but. When we were talking about this the other day, and we were thinking about managers that Man United have had before Ten Hag, and we're looking at like Moyes
LBG.
Hasn't gone on to better things than Man United, hasn't shown he's this great manager. He did all right with West Ham, but it's hardly the level.
Yeah.
Louis van Gaal hasn't gone on to bigger and better things. Yeah. Mourinho's been on a downward turn from that point onwards.
Yeah. Won a European trophy though at Roma.
He's on the brink of getting sacked at Roma as well.
He won a European trophy.
Hey, it's not the one that Man United want to win. It's not like none of these managers have achieved anything that Man United fans would consider to be success for their club. And same with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has never. So when Man United fans say, and I hear this regularly online, of, well, what are we supposed to do? There's no one better. I look at it and I go, you're using a sample of poor managers that have been appointed and saying there's no one better than Ten Hag. And
but
look
we
at what
tried
Ten
different
Hag,
types though. So it's not about the level of the managers. We tried different styles of manager and it hasn't worked. We tried the total football route. We tried the disciplinarian route. We tried the Oli, everyone can have fun here route. We tried we literally tried
Ragnick.
We done everything and it's now well, we tried everything. I don't know what the manager that's out there now that we can say could do this, because I know know the new name that everyone likes to throw around is De Zerbi. But I'm saying De Zerbi still takes big punishable defeats when they happen. You know, what will we do in that position? He'll come to Man United and have the same issues. And when you have a fallout of a player, which De Zerbi does, it's going to be it's going to be explosive
as well, by the way.
Yeah. But he ain't.
Going back to the Ten Hag thing, though, I don't see the argument from Manchester United fans to go, he is doing the best possible and he is getting the most out of those players. And I think that there are 5 to 10 managers in the Premier League who are overperforming.
That could go to Manchester United and be okay.
Well, I don't think Ten Hag's being okay. I don't think he's not done. So the point I'm making is like, I just think that there's a lot of managers who are getting more out of their players than what they should do. And I look at Ten Hag and think you're getting less out of this team than what you should do. Do you think that there's just whatever happens, we're backing them to the end of the season?
No, trust me, I'm seeing online, it's not in the terraces yet. Everyone's fully backing the manager, but you hear them boos. You don't usually hear boos. They booed McTominay coming on. When they booed him for that didn't work.
Man United fans tweet now, that was for the haters, and it's like, you're the same account who was hating. What the hell is this about?
You know what I mean? So there's been boos and stuff, but I feel that he still has the fans. That's the one thing he has, and we kind of understand that the injuries that we do have, it is what it is. Hopefully, but if we lost yesterday, it could have been a nightmare. It could have, it was feeling like we're stepping towards an untenable. 6 in 10. We've lost 6 in 10 in all competitions. That's unheard of. And that was at 7 and 11. Oh my goodness!
But the performance was a defeat. That's the point. Is McTominay saved the moment, but I can't unsee another game where Man United look clueless, out of ideas.
So you don't think it's you don't think it's a turning?
That's what I'm saying. It's unfortunate that the international breaks come now because you wanted another game.
I don't think it is a turning point though, and do you know why? I honestly believe. Obviously, it's not as simplistic as that, but I do believe, Scott McTominay, there's no coincidence in there. He done it for Fergie.
Yeah.
He done it for Fergie yesterday. Obviously, the news came out, obviously, about Fergie and his family and stuff. And he's Scottish as well.
Scottish.
He never scores a brace, especially a last-minute one. You could see what it meant.
The Beckham documentary is so powerful. It's such a powerful PR documentary for Manchester United because of the way David Beckham represented Man United and the way he idolised the club. If you're Scott McTominay sitting at home looking at the wreckage of what once was, and you're looking at that club, he probably woke up feeling like, fuck me, I'm so and he went out there with a point to prove it, and like you say, for Cathy and all that. It was, even as just a football fan,
poetic.
It was fucking emotional. I respected that.
It's papering over cracks.
But it really is, mate.
It's papering over cracks.
When you're relying on Scott McTominay to dig you out of trouble that you know you got.
Well, we're relying on Maguire and Evans, so it's bad.
But I don't think Maguire. I think the way Varane and Martinez were defending before these two was no better.
But you could tell Martinez was had an injury. He was nursing something, and you clearly see now metatarsal. He rushed him back, and I think someone got fired at one of the medical people got fired at the club for that because basically, like, you can't have this many players out injured, but you're not giving us full injury reports on these players. So we're bringing these players back in, and it's long term. They're out for too long.
Do you guys? Do you and the lads have a feeling of where you're going to finish the season?
It's looking kind of 10th. It's looking
10th.
Yeah, look at us.